Welcome back, guys. We're TrustedShoppingGuide.com, and today we are in the tech room. In this video, we'll be giving you an in-depth comparison between DDR4 and DDR5 RAMs. At last, the DDR5 RAM is finally here. So if you're building a new PC or just upgrading the one you already have, you'd have to decide whether to use DDR4 or DDR5. After all, you and your PC setup only deserve the best. In this video, join us as we compare the brand new DDR5 to the tried and true DDR4 to see which one will work best for you. If you're interested in the other RAM that we reviewed, do check out our review video link below. If you want direct links to the products themselves, all these links are also listed below too. So without further ado, let's start the brand wars. Let's start off strong by comparing their memory bandwidth. This determines how fast data can be retrieved from or put onto the memory stick. At maximum, DDR4 has a bandwidth of up to 3.2 gigabits per second per pin. DDR5, on the other hand, operates up to 6.4 gigabits per second per pin, although initially, it'll be at around 4.8 gigabits per second. As RAM improves, however, it'll eventually go up to 6.4, which is double the bandwidth of its predecessor. What makes the major difference between the two is actually the frequency of the memory bandwidth. The standard DDR4 specification has a frequency range between 1,600 MHz and 3,200 MHz, while the DDR5 specification offers double the frequency between 3,200 to 6,400 MHz. That being said, DDR5 is capable of higher frequencies, which allows it to have a higher memory bandwidth overall. Up next, the second difference between DDR4 and DDR5 is their power management structure. For DDR4, all the power management of the RAM slot will be done on the motherboard. DDR5, on the other hand, will feature an actual chip called a PMIC, or Power Management Integrated Circuit, on the chip itself. This means that each individual chip will be able to manage its own power, which makes the DDR5 RAM more power efficient. Now we move on to the channel architecture. As we all know, we can get dual-channel RAM and quad-channel RAM given that your motherboard has various slots. This lets the CPU access a single piece of data in each channel, so we can do more than one task at once, which is clearly more efficient than if the CPU had to get data from only one source. For DDR4, each RAM stick has only one channel, which is made up to 72 bits in total. That's 64 data bits and 8 bits for error correcting. DDR5, however, has 2 channels per stick, and each of those channels is a 40-bit bus, which means it has 32 bits of data pins and 8 error correcting pins. With the DDR5 having 2 channels per stick, it proves to be a lot more efficient than the DDR4. Moving on, one additional key distinction between DDR4 and DDR5 is their maximum capacity. DDR5 has up to 4 times the maximum density compared to DDR4. Taking a look at DDR4 RAM, it has 16 gigabytes of data per die, a die being each individual memory chip. RAM manufacturers can put multiple chips on each side of the RAM stick. The maximum capacity DDR4 RAM can have is a total of 32 gigabytes on a single DDR4 stick. DDR5, on the other hand, has 64 gigabytes of data per die, which allows it to have 128 gigabytes of data per stick. This gives DDR5 4 times the memory capacity of DDR4. Now that we've covered all the groundwork, let's get to the meat of the discussion. Which RAM should you purchase, DDR5 or DDR4? To be honest, it might take a couple of years before support and compatibility issues make the upgrade necessary. While DDR5 is definitely an improvement over DDR4 when it comes to memory bandwidth and capacity, it only has minimal performance gains over its predecessor. If you consider the price difference, it makes little sense to go for a DDR5 kit for your PC unless you're planning on using it for a specific demanding task such as mass file compression or heavy photo and video editing. Even if you want to do future-proofing, we suggest letting the technology of the DDR5 develop for a couple of years before going for a DDR5 kit. In the meantime, it's best to take advantage of the DDR4 kits on the market today as they offer way better value for money. Now that you basically know the major differences between DDR4 and DDR5 RAM, here are our top recommendations for both. Our first DDR4 entry is the Corsair Vengeance LPX 16GB. The 16GB DDR4 Vengeance LPX is optimized for compatibility with the latest AMD and Intel DDR4 motherboards. This pair of two has an 8GB capacity with a memory clock speed of 3200 MHz each. With a low profile height of 34mm, you'll be able to fit in small form factor builds. Thanks to its high-performance PCB, you're sure to experience robust signal quality and stability for overclocking. On top of that, there's also XMP 2.0 support that allows for effortless automatic overclocking. We would also like to highlight its aluminum heat spreader, which efficiently dissipates heat from each module so that it can consistently run at high speeds without overheating. Our second DDR4 entry is the TEAMGROUP T-Force Delta. These 32GB DDR4 RAM sticks by T-Force Delta come in a pair of two, each with a 16GB capacity and a memory clock speed of 3600 MHz. Each stick boasts full-frame 120-degree ultra-wide angle lighting with a built-in force flow lighting effect that supports software synchronization. It also supports XMP 2.0 to allow for one-click overclocking technology and a customized JEDEC RC 2.0 circuit board for highly stable overclocking. The T-Force Delta is built with an aluminum alloy heat spreader with an asymmetric minimalist design for discreetly high performance while running at safe temperatures. Moving on to DDR5 variants, our first entry is the Kingston Fury Beast 64GB. The Kingston Fury Beast is a DDR5 powerhouse which brings the most high-end technology for next-gen gaming platforms. A pair boasts a total of 64GB, a 32GB capacity, and 6000 MHz of memory clock speed for each stick. Each of them has a slim heat spreader profile, making them ideal for compact systems. Plus, they offer a wide range of features such as on-die ECC for maximum stability at extreme speeds, dual 32-bit subchannels for maximum efficiency, and an on-module power management integrated circuit that allows for efficient use of power where it's needed most. On top of that, these ones utilize Intel XMP 3.0, which is a cutting-edge overclock specification that features two customizable profiles for timings and speeds. Finally, we have our second DDR5 entry, the G.Skill Trident C5 RGB Series DDR5. The 64GB Trident C5 RGB Series DDR5 memory features two 32GB sticks with a memory clock speed of 6400 MHz each. The stick's aluminum heat spreader architecture is great for high-end systems, and they're compatible with Intel's Z690 and Z790 series chipsets, as well as the company's 12th and 13th generation core processors. These ones also feature a streamlined light bar that allows for customizable RGB lighting via the G.Skill lighting control software or compatible third-party motherboard software. Programmed with Intel XMP 3.0 profiles, you'll reach the rated potential XMP overclock speed of the memory kit, subject to the use of compatible hardware. And there you have it, folks, a side-by-side comparison between the DDR4 and DDR5 RAM. If you like this video and it helped you in any way, please do give it a like and hit the subscribe button so that you can stay connected and updated with all of our research into everything that makes our tech rooms great. We look forward to seeing you at TrustedShoppingGuide.com again soon.